Hey, hello everyone. Let's look at object-oriented programming concept class. In structural programming language, the coding will be done for actions. For example, if I take mobile phone, the coding will be done for phone actions like call, text. Okay, those functionalities, the coding will be done. But unlike structural language, object-oriented programming is based on real-life entities. It is completely different, right? Object oriented programming can be achieved using classes and objects. So, what is class? Class is a template to define object. Okay, so it's just a template you are creating in order to define an object. Okay, the class will contain variables and methods. An object is just an it's an instance of a class. Okay, so for example, let's understand home blueprint is a class. Okay, it will contain the variable different variables to create a home and different methods that home can possess. Okay, that's a home blueprint, it's a class. Okay, with the help of home blueprint we can build number of homes. You can create n number of homes with the help of home blueprint. Okay, that is object. Let me repeat that. Class is a template to define the object. So with my example, my home blueprint is a template, okay, in order to define the objects. When I have a home blueprint created with the help of variables and methods, with that home blueprint, I can build number of homes. Okay, that is an object. And one more concept is like associated with class is a constructor. Class have a default constructor that will have the variables that is required for a class. It will be called whenever we create an object for the class. Okay, so today we are going to perform these operations only. Like we are going to create a class, and inside the class we are going to create a method, and we will be creating a class variables. Okay, by with the help of this keyword. Then we create another method to use the class variables. Okay, so with these three functionalities the class creation will be done. Then we are going to create an object. Then with the help of object we are going to retrieve this class methods using object. Okay, then we can pass arguments also to the class method we created inside the class, right? We can pass arguments also, we are going to see that. After that we are going to create a constructor method. Then we will create multiple objects using class. Okay, so I'm going to take mobile phone only as example for easy understanding. Let's see each of these in action. Okay, so my first step is to create a class. Okay, let me create a class. So class itself is a mobile phone. Okay, my goal is to create a mobile phone object. But I will create a number of mobile phones with the help of this class. Okay, so we just declare a class, and class will have a method. Okay, so phone details is my method. I'm gonna create a method. Now this method will have some variables. Let me create some variables for the phone. So the variables will be phone name. The phone name is Apple, and phone storage. Let's take that. It's phone storage is an internal storage, and then phone memory. Let me have these three variables for the phone details. Okay, the phone memory also it's an internal phone memory. Okay, so I created a method. So created a method inside the class, and I created few variables. Okay, now these variables are local variables only pertaining to this method. Okay, now let me create one more method. Okay, so phone spec. Now if I want to use this variables, I cannot use it inside this phone spec method, right? Because it is a local variable only pertains to this method. So how should I use it inside this entire class? So for that I need to use the keyword this. So if I say like this dot mobile phone, then what will happen is this keyword refers to the class. Now these three variables are class variables. Okay, you can whenever we use this keyword this dot, it pertains to the class. Okay, so let me show you how to use that class variable inside another method. I print console.log, right? I can print this dot phone name on this dot phone storage. Now this is a class variable. You can use it as anywhere by using the keyword this. Okay. Now we have done our first part. We just created a class. Okay, we created a class and we created a method and we created a class variables and we created another method also to use the class variables. Okay. Our next step is to create an object. So we created a class called mobile phone. Now with this class, I can create multiple objects. Let me create one object now. How to create an object? Let phone one. That's my object name and yeah, new mobile phone. Okay, I just instantiated the class to create an object. Okay. Now let me access those methods phone one dot phone details. So it will set the variables on my phone. Then phone one I'm going to access the phone aspect that I created. Right. Okay. Now we just created an object. So this is what is called object creation. Okay. And then with the help of object we access the methods inside the class mobile phone. Okay. Alright, let's run this and see. Okay, we created an object. Its object have these properties. It's an Apple phone and it has an internal memory. Okay. Now, how many times I call this object, right? I will have the same variable values only. So that's not recommended, right? I have to create a phone with different variable values. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass these as a arguments now to this method. So phone name, phone storage, and phone memory. What I did is in this method I created few arguments and instead of this hard-coded variable values, I replace it with argument names, phone name, phone storage, and phone memory. Now this method we created right phone details. It will accept three variable values. Okay, I mean three arguments it will accept. So there is no hard code here, right? So whenever we call this method, we have to put these arguments. You have to give these arguments. So it should be Apple here and say external. Oh, what's a storage, right? Storage is external storage and memory is internal memory. Okay. When I print this, it will print like Apple and external because in phone spec we just used the start phone number and phone storage. Okay, Apple and external came right. So we completed this part also. We used the class methods. We used the class methods inside the object, and also we passed arguments to the class method. Okay. Now we are going to create a constructor. Here the problem is, okay, every time I create the object, right, I have to call this method phone details also. Okay. Let me if I print command this and if I print right, I will get undefined only. Okay. So instead of this class, we already saw it. Constructor will be invoked. Constructor is a method that will be invoked whenever we create an object, whenever we instance get a class and create an object, right? So instead of having this method called phone details, I'm gonna make this as a constructor. Okay. Now this constructor method will take these three arguments. Okay, and this will be called whenever we instantiate a class. So we create an object for this class mobile phone, right? Now this itself will take these three arguments. Apple, let's say internal memory, okay, and we can use single quotes or double quotes. So inbuilt memory. Now this statement is, I mean, this is not required because constructor itself will now take care of this arguments and variable values. Okay. Now constructor is basically meant for declaring this variable values. There is no need to write statements inside the constructor. Okay. Now let me print this and show you. Okay, it's showing Apple internal. That's what we created, right? Okay. Basically, these are all the class variables. Right. It got invoked when we create an object as constructor method is invoked. Okay. Now let me create multiple objects with different specifications. It's phone 2, it's my another object, new mobile phone. So now it can take multiple different arguments, right? I can change the value. Samsung, it has external storage, and memory. I can see what's the memory type. Let's say it's internal memory. Okay. So in order to print this, I already have a method phone spec. So phone2 dot phone spec. If I print it, I will get two values. One is Apple internal and another one is Samsung external. Looks good, right? Yeah, that's what we did. We created a class called a mobile phone and we created a constructor method. And inside the constructor, we can create constructor without arguments also. Okay. But in our case, we created a constructor with arguments. We created a class variables using this keyword. Then we created another method in order to use that class variable. This method can do different actions like it will contain number of statements. It can perform logical operations like that. Right now, as we completed creating the constructor, sorry, class, we instantiate a class and we created an object. As constructor has it's taking the arguments, we pass the arguments while creating the object itself. Then with the help of object, we use the methods inside the class. Okay, and we created multiple objects also. Basically, this is about class. Remember, class is a template to define objects. So whenever we create a class, our goal should be to create an object. Okay, with that in mind only, we are creating a template for an object in a class. Okay, with the help of that class, then we can create multiple objects. I think we are good. Thanks.